Congressman West, thank you for joining us. First off, let's go ahead and start by talking about the Buffett rule, where it would save those who make $1 million or more in taxes. Do you think this is the way to go? Should Congress pass this rule, or do you think it will help create jobs or take away jobs?
Well, first of all, Eric, it's a pleasure to join with you, and absolutely not. The Buffett rule is nothing more than political gimmickry coming from a president that really does not understand this economy. As a matter of fact, today there was a Wall Street Journal editorial that was called Obama's Revenue Soup, which talked about, since John F. Kennedy to present, what happens with capital gains taxes, which is what the president is addressing. When you raise those capital gains tax rates, revenues do decrease. And when you look at this Buffett rule, and the Joint Committee on Taxation, which is a bipartisan group, did the analysis, you're only talking about creating $30 to $40 billion over the next 10 years. And when you compare that against the $6.7 trillion of debt that President Obama will bring on this country in the next 10 years, you're talking about less than 1% of an impact. So what is the whole purpose of raising these taxes if it's not going to go to reducing this debt or the deficit that we have? So
all right,
we don't need
let's
more of these
switch gears to something that's probably even more controversial, the health care bill. Right now, the Supreme Court is looking. Do you think the Supreme Court should strike all of it down, or is there any part that you would like to save?
Well, this is what I look at with the health care law. When you talk about protecting Americans as far as pre-existing conditions, I'll support that. If people want to keep their kids on their insurance at 26, and we keep the donut hole closed. But what I just talked about was maybe 15 to 20 pages of legislation. It's the other 2,680 or 85 pages that are absolutely horrible. 159 new government agencies and bureaucracies, 11 new taxes that include dividends taxes increases, capital gains taxes increases, 16,000 new IRS agents, and we know that the president issued $500 million to the IRS yesterday so they can start hiring 4,000 new IRS agents. The individual mandate that is part of the Patient Protection and Affordable Care Act is not consistent with the Commerce Clause of the United States Constitution. So I think when the Supreme Court looks at that, they will rule that individual mandate unconstitutional. And since they were such a hurry to rush this piece of legislation through, they did not include a severability clause, so it really does become a house of cards.
All right, Congressman West, thank you so much.